All right. How's everyone doing? We have John Verdeaux from Knoxville, Tennessee. John, how you doing, my friend?
Tom, it's good to talk to you, my friend. How are you?
Hey, doing well. So for many of you that don't know, John, he's in Knoxville, Tennessee. He is the COO and the founder of the Holli McCray Home Marketing Group in Knoxville, and he's been in the business since 2009. He has an amazing team, great company, and the reason I wanted to bring John on is because moving out of California, where we have a series, so many people are moving out of California, and a lot of people are moving to Tennessee. So wanted to bring John on. He could share. I'd like you, John, share a little bit of information about yourself, and then maybe some of the attributes to Tennessee and Knoxville. How's it going?
Sure, no problem. Yes, Tennessee, great. And yes, we are seeing a huge migration in the past 6 to 8 months of people coming from all over the country. A lot of people coming from California as well. So a little bit about the Holli McCray Home Marketing Group. My wife and I co-founded the team in 2010. I've been in the business, like you said, since 2009. Started very, very small and have slowly worked our way up, building our firm. And last year we did just under 400 transactions for about 115 million in volume. So we started, I think our first year, I think we did like 18 deals in 2011. Now we're obviously much higher than that. And we service all of the Greater Knoxville area in East Tennessee. So that's a little bit about the team and what we do. And as far as Knoxville goes, Knoxville is in the eastern part of Tennessee, right along the Appalachian Mountains. And so just like you guys, Tom, and your part of the woods, outdoors is a big part of our what attracts people to our area. You know, if you like hiking, you like kayaking, you like green mountain landscape, then this is an area that you may want to take a look at. You know, from an outdoor standpoint, it's a place people come to and be like, this place is gorgeous. You've got cabins in the mountains, and all of that is within an hour of Knoxville. So that's really, really convenient to have that. Great Smoky Mountain National Park is obviously right around the corner as well. So that's great. As far as economically, we typically have a very low unemployment rate here. Industry is growing like crazy. Tennessee is a very affordable place to operate. A lot of businesses are moving here, and geographically, it's within a day's drive of 2/3 of the country. So from a business standpoint, it makes it very convenient. You got two major interstates that run through here that run nationally, one north to south, one east to west. So that brings in a lot of businesses. And as far as cost of living goes, very affordable relative to the rest of the country, especially compared to California, which is what we're seeing from a lot of folks coming from your way. The taxes, home prices, just pretty much everything across the board is a little bit more affordable in our neck of the woods than in a lot of other places in the Northeast and West Coast.
Well, that's awesome. My wife, I told her that I was going to chat with you today. She goes, "Oh my gosh, Tennessee, let's go check that place out." You know, we have some friends that recently moved there, and I just hear that it's just an amazing place. And a lot of the people, you know, are leaving California. And I think since the pandemic, it opened things up even more because let's face it, so many more people, at least the mid to high income earners, they can work out of their home. So, you know, there's so many reasons, you know, I mean, people are frankly leaving California because of the taxes. They're just like, okay, there's state taxes, you know. Number two is the political reasons. Number three, economic reasons. You know, it's getting more and more expensive to live here. Also, a lot of the people want to move to a little bit more of a more conservative type of a climate. So, so have you seen more people moving there since COVID, or is it about the same?
No, it's definitely increased. We already were seeing a huge influx for the reasons you mentioned. You know, economically, politically. You know, depending on what your situation was. People liked the location. It was a day's drive of Florida. It was closer to family. There's a million reasons, but we were seeing a migration already. A lot of, like I said, a lot of businesses were moving here. People get transferred. Entertainment industry too, believe it or not. Some production companies, Discovery Channel, opened up their headquarters here, for example. So, you know, you were seeing a lot of that. Now, the pandemic has obviously exacerbated that a lot, where like people are a lot more flexible with their living situations. And as I'm sure you've been talking about, you know, the people are reevaluating things a lot, and we're seeing people coming from all over the country here. A lot of Northeasterners and a lot of West Coast folks too, all over the state of California. We've had people contact us. In fact, it's become almost daily now, where we're getting folks contacting us from different parts of the country to come move here.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So let's talk about a little bit more about the real estate market specifically. How is the market there right now? And let's talk maybe about the median price and what that can buy there.
Sure. So much like the rest of the country, we're having a severe inventory shortage, meaning that the demand for housing is exceeding the supply of housing right now, which has made it real frustrating for a lot of people looking to move here because they're struggling to find what they want. And even if they find it, multiple offers, you got to jump on it quick. I'm sure the same things you guys are dealing with there. So that's definitely been a challenge for us recently. We're looking to get a little more stability on that. As far as median home price goes, which is interesting, I don't know if this is like this in your market. We've seen significant appreciation as a result of that lack of inventory because prices are being driven up by so much demand and limited supply. So beginning of 2020, we were a median home price about $230,000. By the end of 2020, we were just over $300,000 in median home price. So that's a dramatic, for 1 year, that's a dramatic shift in appreciation for housing here. So that kind of gives some perspective of what the demand is. We're definitely looking for a little bit of stability. I think it's coming, but compared to other parts of the country, it's still an affordable place to live. Even in parts of Tennessee, like Nashville specifically, who saw a huge appreciation, tremendous growth in Nashville the past 5 years. You're getting a lot of people looking here and in Nashville and realizing their dollar still goes a little bit further here than it would there.
So how far is Nashville from you?
2.5 hours west.
Oh, okay. Got it. So median home. So I'm moving out there from California. We come out, we're looking at 400, 375, $400,000 houses, maybe 4.25. What's that going to buy us? What are we looking at?
So it depends on what part of town you're going to live in. There's, there's parts of town that are a little more expensive than others, just like every other city. But in, say, a part of, like, say, West Knoxville, for example, good schools, typically in high demand for that type of, like a neighborhood type of house. For $400,000 to $500,000, you're looking at 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. House is probably 10 to 15 years old, probably get a basement with that too, like a 2-story basement type house. So again, if you're going northeast of the city, for that price, you can even get a little bit of acreage. You could probably bump that square footage up a little bit, if you want to be in that area. Schools traditionally aren't as highly rated as they are in the western part of the city. But, like I said, 3 to 4,000 square feet. We're running, Tom, anywhere, in the range of $120 to $180 a square foot in most parts of town.
Okay. Well, so let's say, for example, that someone moves there and they, purchase the home. What other type of recreational assets do you have there? You mentioned a few. So what are some of the other nuances and some of the fun things that people can do once they get there?
Well, first and foremost, Knoxville is a college town. University of Tennessee is a big driver, of a lot of the industry here. A lot of folks are into the college football, college basketball. That's a big deal here. Fortunately, we've been allowed to go to the games. Have had fans in the stands there. So, if you want to partake in that, you've got that. We've got some minor league baseball. We've got minor league hockey. For a sports fan, there are things to do. Actually, the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame is in Knoxville. I don't know if you knew that, but that's also here as well. But as far as outdoors goes, like I said, you have the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. You have Gatlinburg, which is a huge vacation destination for regionally. When I first moved here, I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. But if you go down there, there's people from everywhere visiting that area. So that's right in the heart of the mountains down there too. Tremendous hiking, lots of kayaking, biking. There's nothing flat in this part of the state whatsoever either. So if you just like being outdoors and being a lot of great campsites. So as far as that goes, it's really, really nice. Downtown has grown tremendously in the last 10 years. Tremendous local restaurants. A lot of great bars. It's a really easy city to get around, very friendly as well. So it's a little bit of everything. You could be within the mountains. You could be in the mountains within an hour, but you also have the downtown area and an urban environment that you can be in as well. So it makes it it's real diverse, and it makes it great because you get the best of both worlds and not have to travel too far to get all of that.
So what's the weather like? Do you get all four seasons? What kind of weather? What kind of a winter did you have this winter? I heard that, man, in many parts of the country, it got pretty cold. How about the weather there?
We do it for seasons. We have a pretty extreme summer. It gets pretty hot here. You're looking at 90s to 100 degrees in the summer. July and August. So it gets pretty hot. It gets pretty humid. You do have a great spring and fall are typically people's favorite parts of the year here. Very moderate temperatures. Winter is, we'll have maybe a dozen days that are below freezing in the wintertime. We don't get a tremendous amount of snow, and when we do, it's pretty eventful around here. People don't know how to drive in the snow. School gets canceled. The bread and milk is all gone at the stores. So it's not, we're not really equipped well for a lot of snow. You get 1 or 2 inches and people are melting down pretty bad, or abandoning their cars on the road, that kind of thing. So it's climate-wise, it's great and what we do have is a lot of people that come here and appreciate the fact that they get the 4 seasons, but they don't have the extreme temperatures like they would in the Northeast, for example.
Right. Okay. Yeah, well, it sounds pretty nice. So, and of course, we always recommend to take 5 steps anytime that you're looking to move out of California or move anywhere. Number 1 is to meet with a professional and identify the value of your home so you know how much equity. Number 2 is consult with a loan broker, a loan mortgage officer to get pre-approved and get pre-qualified. And then number 3, I recommend that you visit 3 different sites, 3 different locations. I never really recommend to just buy carte blanche without, seeing those locations. So go visit 3 locations. And then of course, meet with a professional in those locations. And then number 5 is go ahead and list your home, put it on the market, and also seek a professional that has options. Because the market is so extremely competitive, you may want to chat with a professional. For example, we offer a cash buyout program where we can actually offer to purchase your home. So you're able to guarantee the sale and purchase another home without any contingencies. So those are the steps that I recommend. And I'm sure, John, when you have someone coming in to visit Knoxville, what type of steps do you take with those people, those buyers that are coming your way?
So it depends on how often, how many times they've been here, what their background is, how much information they have about the area. Some folks have, maybe visited a handful of times and already have an idea where they want to be, or they have an idea about the city and what it has to offer. People that have never been here before, typically the first thing we do is have them come into our office and have a consultation, sit down. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve by buying a house here? What are the things that you're doing? Where's your new job? All these things, because we want to get an idea of what they want so we can help then take them out into the areas and the communities and see where they're most comfortable. But in order to do that properly, we really need to sit down and find out what their interests and goals are, and we can kind of help them go from there and make sure that we're moving them in the right area. Because again, when you're moving to a new city, never been there, it could be kind of intimidating to try to pick a house. You don't really know the area. You don't know the schools. You don't know if you're going to like it. So knowing all that information helps.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, John, thanks for joining us here. If someone wants to reach out and get a hold of you, what's the best way to contact you?
You can reach our website, hollymccraygroup.com. That's probably the easiest and fastest way. My email is just real easy, john@hollymccray.com, and that's with an I. And my phone number, 865-851-0181. You can also call or text me. That works too. But either of those ways, you reach out. We'll be sure to get back in touch with you quickly.
Awesome. Well, hey, John, great to see you again here. If any of you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either John or myself. We're here to help you and serve you in any way we can. So thanks again, everyone. And thanks, John. Have a good day.
Thanks, Tom. It's good talking to you.
See you. Thanks. Bye now.